Hello friends and gamers, my name is Jinx and welcome to Operation Hats. This is turn number 18 for the Italians, which I believe is January 1945. This will be a quick turn, so let's dive right in. We rolled for technology and missed. I believe that makes 16 tech rolls with only 5 successes. Again, I make the argument to say that it's much more pleasant and enjoyable. For every missed dice roll, you get a +1 on the subsequent roll in the same stage, etc. So I think that would be a lot of fun. It's more historically accurate because there's a natural drift in technology where people aren't left completely in the dust in some areas of the world, especially when your allies and your opponents also have that tech. Oftentimes you could reverse engineer some technology, sometimes your allies share you stuff, and sometimes just a general drift of society means that you improve on certain things. But nonetheless, let's dive into our production purchases here. We're getting 4 infantry and 3 militia for a total of 18 bucks to spend. We're turning attention to our combat moves. Only one combat move here to try to recapture Hungary here for the Italians. So we're having 1 infantry and 3 fighters from northern Italy attacking there. So we'll roll this one out here. The fighters are green, the infantry gray, and the maroon is for these guys here. I don't think the opponent has any fighters that can scramble. Yeah. So we're just going to roll for this here. Now keep in mind we're crossing the river, so it would have been a -1 anyways, but we managed to defeat them with 2 hits by the aircraft and capture Hungary from the opponents. And meaning that we get a roundel. Now there's not too many roundels anywhere on the board anymore, but nonetheless we capture 1 spot here, so that's nice. Doesn't do us much, but you know, it gives us an extra 2 bucks, so even if we would have lost that fight, it wouldn't have been that big of a deal. Alright, so we're going to move these guys back here in non-combat move. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and now we do somewhat of a complex maneuver. Well, first of all, this infantry from northern Italy goes to Rome. We are going to do this one here. So these 3 aircraft are going to go 1, 2, 3 to this position here. And I was told this works. I hope it's legal. But these 3 aircraft come to this position. I'm also going to send this destroyer to this position in this non-combat move. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So go to this position here. And then I'm going to get these transports into the Tyrrhenian Sea, load up these guys here from northern Italy, and I'm going to pass over this area. Now, the British can choose to attack our forces as we pass over, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. And if they do, then they can pause and we can battle this one out. But regardless, I'm thinking 3 aircraft plus a destroyer is going to win this fight. So I'm going to move on, and these guys are going to land here in Egypt. Drop off these 4 infantry. And that takes care of that. And now our aircraft are going to continue on their merry way to northern Italy. So that means the Italian Air Force is now all in northern Italy. And, well, hold on. I don't think we need to do that. Oh, I miscalculated on one thing. Whatever. It's not too big of a deal. I was thinking now the Americans can bomb our units in port here. But I don't really mind too much. I don't mind that much because if they want to risk losing their aircraft, that's not too big a deal, and we're pretty well close to end game now too. So I'm pretty okay with that. So I'm gonna go over here, land them in that area. And this destroyer is gonna come back here and go back into port over here. How many aircraft does he have? He's got 2 fighters and a bunch of other stuff. I don't think it's worth it. Yeah, I'm going to keep them up here in northern Italy. So all our air force are present up here. Maybe that's a mistake. I didn't really think through that bit. And I'm going to grab our units here off the production queue, put them on the board. So that means that these 4 infantry are going to be placed in northern Italy. I probably should put a little army group marker here for all this, but it's messy right now. So I believe that's 5 fighters. Yeah, 5 fighters. Yeah, that guy's there. And I'm going to put 1 militia up there and then 2 in Rome. I think. Oh yeah, and I got a couple rail units, one from East Poland, and he's going to come into Rome as well. And then I have in Istanbul, I'm going to rail this anti-aircraft gun down to Egypt. So My thinking is this situation here is going to be tough enough for our opponents that they're not going to worry too much about attacking our forces in Egypt, especially, and most likely not in this neck of the woods either. And that is it for our boys. So we're going to go here to the setting income here. I see that the Russians dropped down by 2, and it looked like the Italians moved up by 2 as well. So that's 14. And we go 15, 16 for holding the Suez. So 16 bucks. $2 less than last time. That's probably because we lost Yugoslavia and somewhere else, but I'm not too sure where. Anyways, there we have it. I think that takes care of that. So I'm going to undo all our lines here, clean it up for the next person. And that takes care of everything. Thank you all for watching. Cheers.